Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Hey, y'all, this is your coach, Naira, your transformational life coach, speaker, retreat leader, spiritual advisor, and tribal advisor. All right, just a lot of different things here. However, I am more than most would say I am your coach. Okay. Welcome back to the Heal on Purpose / Repair of the Black Family channel, Mindset Challenge. 21 days that I will upload a video that will challenge us to be able to think on higher grounds. Right now, we are going through the challenge of As a Man Thinketh. If you are very new to my channel, I'm going to ask right now, stop, pause, 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 pause. Go ahead and subscribe. That's right. Hit the subscribe button, like the video, and turn on your notifications. So every time I upload a video, you will be notified. For those of you that's actually engaged in the channel, I want to say thank you. Thank you every time that you put a video on. Thank you every time that you put a comment on. Thank you every time that you share one of these videos to help spread light in a dark world. We are going to just really just dive in on you today. Okay. I realize that as we're going through this challenge, that we are going to be challenged, right? You're going to be challenged with your mind. You're going to be challenged with your spirit, with your finances, with your family, with your relationships. We have been challenged. However, we keep going. Say that with me. We keep going. And again, if you are new, you can go back, watch the rest of the videos, and then catch up. Okay. What I'm going to ask, how can you support me in this work? One, you should have the book. Excuse me, how my incense going. I love to keep my vibe high, y'all. Keep the vibe going. Keep the vibe going. Okay, so you should have your book. You should have a highlighter. And if you like me, you should have your glasses. Okay, now we're going deep today. We're going to go into this. This is our mantra for today. Are y'all ready? I choose me. I choose me. That's our mantra today. I want you to really just sit with that for a moment. Sit with it. Be patient with it. Because when you are patient with you choosing you, that's where your power lies. I have to constantly remind myself in my everyday work, every day, being a mom, being a wife, being a friend, being a sister, being a coach, being all of the showing up for the world, being all that I am as a beacon of service. I still have to choose me. And I don't try to put myself at the bottom. I want to keep myself at the top. That keeps me in alignment with God Himself. And so the more that you can choose you and just really sit with it, like don't just say it out your mouth. Feel it in your heart. Feel the presence of you being patient with you and sitting in that power to choose you. Because we live in a world where everything is fast, right? Fast healing. Like some people are on a fast track with their healing, where you got to be patient even in your healing. We're on a fast track for success. We're on a fast track to see results. We're on a fast track to make money. We're on a fast track to build relationships. No, slow it down some. Let it simmer. Let you simmer in your process of healing because true transformation requires patience. It requires dedication. It requires you and I trusting a process that we don't fully understand. And this is why I love the scriptures where he says in the scripture, lean not to your own understanding. So everything in your process, you are not going to understand. But if you're patient in the process, that's where your power comes. Say it with me. If when I'm patient in my process, that's where my power lies. That's true transformation. Okay. But we got to not only think like this, we have to be like this. Day 13. Okay. Day 13, everything grows in stages. Your development goes step by step, but it's a step up and not step down. You got to step up in your process. You got to step up with your words. You got to step up with your mind. You got to step up with your intentions. You got to step up with your relationships. You got to step up. Somebody write it in my comments. Step up in your finances. Step up in your growth. Step up in your transformation. Where in your life that you and I got to step up? And I'm telling you, I understand it because I've gone through some things in my life. Lord knows. Lord knows. I've gone through some things that made me want to step back. And sometimes when you want to step back, it's challenging because you are laying or you're resting in your fears, but that's where you got to take a risk. You got to step up when you feel like stepping back, especially when you try. Especially when you try by your finances, you're tried by your relationships, you're tried by your friends, you try by your job, you try by some things. It makes you want to just step back, hands down, hands off. But no, that's the time to step up. But the way you can step up is by doing the work with yourself so you have the energy to step up. Yes. So just like a seed, you got to plant some seeds. So when you plant the seeds, guess what? Before you know it, you'll be sprouting up to be able to step up. So step up is the name of the game. Don't quit simply because you cannot see immediate results. Sometimes we give up because, wow, I've been on this transformation and I don't see quite what I want to see. Well, no, you just keep going. You step up to the next level to keep going. Like I have been on a journey of releasing weight, right? And it came off fast in the beginning. And now I'm at 48 pounds. I'm very grateful, but I feel like I've plateaued. So what I decided to do is I got to find a new way to step up in my process. No, I'm not going to give up. And trust me, it gets hard mentally. It gets hard physically. It gets hard because, I feel like, wow, I made all of this. I made all of this accomplishment. Why I don't see anything else? No, step up and be patient. I'm going to get to the next level. But that comes with more belief in me that I will do it. So if you have something in your life where you feel like you just plateaued or you're flatline, no, that's the time to get back up and step up. Okay? So don't quit because you don't see the results. Growth is still happening even when it's not visible. Even though I don't see them 48 pounds, even though I don't see the extra pounds coming off, still growth because the pounds of my mind is releasing. Yes, because I feel good. I know I look good, right? And I'm inspiring and impacting others. So growth is still happening. Growth on how I'm going to get to the next level, how I'm going to get bigger, better. Growth is still happening versus me just going back to the old habits, old eating habits, old discipline, and all of that. No, growth is still happening. So when you are and I am impatient in our process, it can destroy the progress. You want to continuously be able to make progress. So that requires patience so that you can actually experience and explore your breakthroughs. Sometimes you got to check it out. Because when we're frustrated, we miss that moment in time where the breakthrough is happening. The breakthrough is happening. You're in the middle of the breakthrough. So you want to be able to be patient and experience the breakthrough because patience shows emotional maturity. You know how we do, girl. Child, forget this. No, I'm with this. Not forget this. Write that down. I'm with this. I'm with my transformation. Not forget this. I'm with this. May take me a little bit longer to get there, but I'm going to get there. Why, coach? Because it's a marathon. It's a marathon in your healing. And so, what you continue to nurture with discipline, faith will eventually grow. So, the more you're disciplined, the more you nurture, the more faithful we become in our process. And so, as you and I are walking through this together, I'm going to ask you to write down and notice where in my process of growth, development, freedom am I becoming discouraged? And not only am I becoming discouraged, who's discouraging me? Sometimes you might be highly motivated, but then it's not just you, it's the environment that you're in and the people that's in your environment that will be discouraging. So you got to check your emotional tone and check your vibes. Where are you in your process so that now you can ward off not only you being discouraged, but discouraging people because your vibe does attract your tribe. Hmm? And so a delay in our growth is not a denial. God still got favor. God still got favor with you, over you, and God still has favor over me. Can we accept the favor when it don't look like it's favor? Hmm? God still got favor. He still favored me. I'm still, watch this, blessed and highly favored. So I just want you to remember that today. Okay? Here's the activation that I want us to uh, activate before we get into our reading. One, slow progress is still progress. Okay? Just because it's not moving quickly, it's still progress. Count the progress, measure the progress, be with the progress. And sometimes you just got to know I'm simmering in my healing. I'm simmering. I'm going through this thing. Hmm? I'm going through my transformation. I'm simmering in my transformation. Yes? Okay. So, activation. What area of my life requires more patience? What area in my life do I require more patience? And I'm learning as a mother of 5 young adult children, I'm learning to acquire more patience through the process of problems. I remember my grandmothers, they used to just sit and rock. Mm. They didn't really say much. Mm. But now that I'm at where I'm at, I know what that rock and blink them eyes and shake their head. Mm, mm. Because sometimes you just got to moan to God because He heard our moaning and groaning. I learned how to just moan. But while you're moaning, you're talking to Him. He understands your language. What's your love language to God? Mm. So, the first thing is what area of my life requires more patience? Because the job for me as a mom is to win. I can't let the devil have my children. So I have to moan it, and then once I get through moaning and the answer comes, now I can guide. Okay. You know, they went from shaking their head no to That means they got the answer. I got the answer. Because I had to be patient. Sometimes it ain't your children, it's somebody you're working with, you're talking to, you're sleeping with somewhere. You decide. I'm just here to guide. Moan with the process. Yes? Okay. The second thing is, have I been expecting overnight transformation? See, it took me a little minute to get to 48 pounds, but it's taking me a little bit more to get to my ideal weight. But I'm going to keep going. Is it going to happen overnight? No. But am I expecting it to? Okay. So, third thing is this. What daily action will I continue to continuously grow and expand my healing journey to impact, watch this, all of those people around me and think in the future, next generations? What actions will I continuously put in to impact and inspire my process so others can heal and benefit from me in the process. Mm. One of the things that I added to my regimen is a parasite cleanse. I said, okay, I need to level this thing up. Let me add something else. So I started now not just detoxing, but I'm cleansing parasites. See, I had to get creative in my process. And the parasites ain't just physical, spiritual parasites, mental parasites, parasitic thoughts, hmm, emotional parasites. Now get physical relationships that's parasitic, parasite cleanse, detoxing. I had to look at it from all aspects. I'm giving you me as an example so that you can be able to see what area and how you going to level up to get to your next level of results, even when it's slow. Okay. So do not abandon the process simply because the results are taking time. Even with this 21-day challenge, it's taking time. 21 days to upload a video is taking time. But see, when you're led by God, and you're fed by God, you move with the Spirit of God. Hmm? Because I have my way, but he has his, and I'm letting him have his way with this. Healing takes time, growth takes time, transformation takes time. But if you stay committed, the fruit will come. The fruit of your labor will come. And that's where the heal on purpose comes. That's where growth comes. That's where transformation lies. As we get ready to read our book, we in a process, we in a journey together. And so I thank y'all so much for being in this journey with me. The race ain't to the swift, nor to the strong, but those of us who are sticking to the end, we are enduring to the end. Now, with that being said, I'm gonna put my glasses on. Y'all ready for these glasses? Here we go. All right, here we go. We stopped on page 61 at the bottom. The greatest achievement with visions and ideas. You ready? Here we go. The greatest achievement was at first and for a time a dream. The oak sleeps in the acorn, the bird waits in the egg, and the highest vision of the soul awakening angel stirs. Dreams are the seedlings of realities. Your circumstances may be uncongenial, but they will shall not long remain. So if you but perceive an idea and strive to reach it, you cannot travel within and stand still without. Here is a youth hard pressed by poverty and labor, confined long hours in an unhealthy workshop, unschooled and lacking all the arts of refinement. But he dreams of better things. He thinks of intelligence, of refinement, of grace and beauty. He conceives of mentally builds up an ideal condition of life. The vision of a wider liberty and a larger scope takes possession of him. Unrest urges him to action, and he utilizes all his spare time and means, small though they are, to the development of his latent powers and resources. Very soon, so altered has his mind become the workshop can no longer hold him. It has become so out of harmony with his mentality that it falls out of his life as a garment is cast aside, and with growth of opportunities which fit the scope of his expanding powers. He passes out of it forever. Years later, we will see this youth as a full grown man. We find him a master of certain forces of the mind, which he wields with worldwide influence and almost unequaled power. In his hands, he holds the cords of gigantic responsibilities. He speaks, and lo, lives are changed. Men and women hang upon his words and remold their characters. In sunlight he becomes the fixed and a luminous center around which innumerable destinies revolve. He has realized the vision of his youth. He has become one with his idea. And you too, youthful reader, will realize the vision, not the idle wish of your heart, be it base or beautiful or a mixture of both, you will always gravitate towards that which you secretly most love. Into your hands will be placed the exact results of your own thoughts. My God, my God, my God. You will receive that which you earn, no more, no less. Whatever your present environment may be, you will remain, or rise with your thoughts, your visions, your idea. Okay, so we're going to stop right there on page 63. You are the product of your thoughts. You are the product of your ideas. Very good, bad, or indifferent. You and I, we are the product. It may be a mixture of both. You might have some good days and some bad days, but even in those days, we don't complain because we are the product of our own thoughts. Your visions, your ideas create your reality. What new visions would you put in place? Are you putting in place that you can create new breakthroughs? What new visions, what new ideas that you become the master architect of your new reality? But faith without works is dead. A person that's faithful, but they're not working at it. Every single day, you got to lay a brick to build a house. Every single day, you got to lay a brick to build a house. But don't build your house on the sand. Every day, you got to take action. You got to be in motion. And don't be so busy that you're not productive. Some people are busy doing busyness, but they're not productive. So if you want to see change, you want to have breakthroughs, you want your money to increase, you want your finances to increase, you want your relationships to increase, you want your knowledge to increase, you want your wisdom to increase, then you got to be diligent in your actions. Slothfulness is not going to get us to the next level. Procrastination is not going to get us to the next level. Laziness is not going to get us to the next level. Discipline, slow thinking. You got to be able to quicken your spirit while experiencing the process. So I want to thank you, my Heal on Purpose community. Thank you for coming in today. Thank you for the patience. Thank you for the discipline. Thank you for the willingness to go over and beyond for you. Because today we choose us. I choose me. Say it with me. I choose me. And faith without works is dead. I love you all. Thank you. This is day 13, another day that has been grateful and gracious. And the more you and I continue to grow, the more you and I will know thyself. Peace. Have a wonderful day. Share the video.